TGIF.
morning.
Good morning. It's Holly and Deanna, your CLT Realtor Moms. Rise and shine. It's 5 a.m.
Phew.
Day 20 of our morning miracle challenge. What in the world are we talking about today? Pain in the asset. Friday we have been, we've chosen Friday as our fitness Friday. So what in the world do we mean by pain in the asset? And today we're going to talk a little bit about, fitness, well-being, mindset, physical and mental mindset, and some of my results. So,
all right.
I know. So I'll jump right into that, and then I'll let Deanna talk about the rest of it, because everybody knows that she's got like willpower from somewhere superhuman. Not me.
So it's been, I think they said, right, the first 10 days are unbearable.
Yeah.
The next 10 are uncomfortable.
Unbearable.
We're on day 20, so these next 10 should be easier.
I did find myself talking to somebody about this, and I was like, yeah, I can't wait till it's over, and we'll probably get up at 5:15. And then I was always going through, just in my mind, after I had verbally said it out loud, then I was like, well, what that really means is I probably won't drink my water. I'll be rushing around with my coffee. I'm not going to get to look at the stars. And I started to feel guilty that I was going to take some of that time, and the reason that we're doing this just for us to connect and for things to just run a little bit more smooth. And I started feeling that same anxiety, like, oh crap,
we're gonna.
What am I giving up by staying in our big, fluffy, comfortable bed?
Maybe just the weekends we get a little extra sleep or something.
Yeah. Sunday.
We're burning it. My brother's in town, which means somebody's watching a movie with him every night. So
yeah.
Last night you were probably up till 10 something.
Oh yeah,
I put the girls down and got in bed. It's like 9-ish, 9 something.
Yeah. No, at 10 o'clock I was like, this movie's not all that great. The night before the movie was awesome, so we just laughed and laughed and laughed. But last night I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I can start this tomorrow. So here's what's really cool. We're going to jump in. When we're talking about pain in the asset and fitness and well-being, when now everything's digital, right? If you don't know that, you need to wake up. So I got online and I was looking at, every time you go to the doctor, they take your vitals and they measure it. So yesterday I was trying to find my health records from after having Vivian and having gestational diabetes. They do a lot of extra stuff for you. So they sent me to get a bone density scan in 2017, which basically breaks your body apart into muscle, fat, bones, and water. Oh, does that every day. Sorry. So back then, it was interesting because there's a little chart of my weight, and it's funny because it spikes. That's obviously when I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes back down. And since 2016, I have really weighed the same, within 5 pounds, I've weighed the same weight. But what was really cool to look at was with that bone density scan, and after being pregnant with Vivian, even though I was the same weight as I am right now, within a couple of pounds, my BMI then was 35%.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some pictures yesterday. If you just Google it, woman at 5'6" at, BMI, and there's the skinny woman that's really obese woman, but it was 35%, which is not good. So Orange Theory this week, I did their little body scan. I weigh the same, but I'm down to like 27%. So it was really cool because I was thinking, okay, I haven't changed my weight. I was starting to get really discouraged with
Yeah, I
myself. And then come to find out, really what I did was change a ton of fat to muscle. And everybody knows muscle weighs more. And I used to think that was just crap when people would say it. But that was really interesting. And so, then I started thinking about my health journey over the past 2 years. And when I started Orange Theory, I could not run on the treadmill. I was like, get me out of here. And now I'm trying to get to where I'm running an 8.5-minute mile. So I think there's just a lot of, it's not crap just to say, just don't look at the number on the scale.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things have changed in my body and how fast I am, how much weight I can
and how
lift.
you feel mentally, because things fit better.
I'm not where I want to be,
right? But they fit better.
Okay.
Feel a little sexier.
There's less rolling over, and I'm a little bit more tight.
Well, using a scale as a measurement does not work for me either.
So I have a lot of friends within our company that's just started this
75 days hard or something.
75 hard challenge. But what I love about that challenge is they want you to take a picture of yourself every day instead of jumping up on the scale. And that's the first thing people do because it's just the easiest thing. And I'd be super depressed if all I had on my medical chart was my weight, like 6 months postpartum from Vivian, and then seeing my weight today basically being the same. I'd be super depressed.
I gotcha.
All right, you talk about some of the mental and physical challenges and how.
Yeah, they're definitely there. And I think everybody faces them. It's just how do you overcome them to achieve your goals? So for me, I do have mad willpower. I'm not sure where it came from.
Yeah, how do you exercise that?
I think it's just like anything else. You practice it. And it cut off, so y'all just didn't get to hear it.
I don't even know.
You're not in trouble.
I'll check on your phone. You see if we're still live.
So they brought cake into the office, and that is one of Holly's weaknesses. So I was able to not eat it.
Not just cake. Like if it was a cake from Harris Teeter, I would have been able to say no. But this was edible art. Almond, which is my favorite cake.
Okay. And what about your margarita yesterday?
That was your brother's fault. He wanted somebody to have a mango margarita with him.
And then going back to bed a few times?
During this challenge?
Yeah. That was Vivian's fault.
No, that brings me joy.
Yeah. Okay.
I couldn't. I've done it twice. Both of them were on Sunday.
Fair enough. So I think.
What are you doing on me?
I thought you. Well, it's I don't know how to say it other than I just
Comparing yourself to other people?
well, you said to bring it up. I don't know. I have some ability to just kind of look at other things and say it's not worth it to me.
There we go. That's what you should have said.
Okay, rewind. Go cut us back off again and start us over. So I have this ability to say, you know what? No, I said I was going to do this. I'm going to do it. I want to be successful at it. I want to give it everything I can, and that means that I'm going to stick to it.
You think that
Whatever it
started
may
in
be.
childhood? Like, did your parents exercise that
I think it
muscle in your
I think it was more
asset?
college. I think it was definitely more college. I don't remember being that kind of determined and dedicated in high school. I kind of breezed through those years in my life.
Yeah, but you also ate like 7 bowls of Lucky Charms in high school.
No, that
I mean,
was college. Right. I did, but we worked out at least twice a day. Like,
So I could have 7 bowls of Lucky Charms if I just go run.
not now, babe. We're getting older. We're getting older.
I don't even like Lucky Charms,
Yeah.
but I do like almond wedding cake.
Yeah. I think, but I also don't feel that I deprive myself of something that I really do want.
What's that?
Well, I don't know because I don't deprive myself of it. But if there were some things that I wanted to eat more than I want to feel healthy and viable and physically capable to live a long life, playing with the kids and being with you, then I would eat them. But there hasn't been,
I wish we could pop like emoji heart and just.
But that's
so
so
get emotional.
Yeah, it makes So I think about what's most important at that time, and it's not always eat. Like, I love bread. I do. I love carbs, and we've had some
carbs make me so
nice
sick.
loaves of bread, but I love being able to do everything else much more than I love eating that bread. So I don't.
So you sort of compare the balance.
Mm-hmm.
How much do I want this versus how much am I going to regret it later?
Yeah,
which
the
I think
immediate
is
reward and the long-term reward, and the pain in my ass set of not eating it to get that reward that sometimes seems so far away. But I know it's every little bit matters, and it's like what do they say? Even a small hole in a boat sinks a big ship. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a big hole or a small hole; it's still going to sink it.
I like that because we typically on Friday always have pizza and popcorn and movies.
Yes,
every Friday with the girls.
Yeah,
and it started with like a cheap frozen pizza. And then for a while, it went to the gluten-free pizzas that we could only find in cheese that were decent from Costco. And then we would saute our own vegetables and put those on the pizza.
We only got Hawthorns. I mean, we definitely did Hawthorns.
Oh, Hawthorns. So my favorite still. And then Costco started carrying the cauliflower pizza.
Yeah.
And so we started doing that for a while. Last night, Deanna's brother and Deanna both, they make fancy pop. And so he made more fancy pop last night. And popcorn just is not good for me.
I wouldn't think those little kernels would have that many carbs. It's crazy.
Popcorn has a ton of carbs.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh,
but
man.
we make it with olive oil.
It's definitely better
than yummy spices.
Throw in, one of those packets in the microwave.
Sure. Yeah, that fake butter. But that tastes good too. Movie popcorn. All popcorn tastes good.
No good. We're gonna have to replace popcorn. Somebody the other day,
Styrofoam?
when my friend showed up to the office and she's like, "I brought you a treat," I turned to Amanda and I said, "Oh man, this is probably gonna taste so good. I know she didn't bring me a bag of ice chips." And Amanda looked like, "Wait, what? Oh, she's joking around." So, We got your scans back.
We did, and
I can pull them up on my computer, but
you can see images.
no, the images aren't on.
No, yeah, that's the thing. So I asked them to burn a disc, and they did, and I was all excited. And it doesn't have any of the images in any kind of program that a regular person can open.
Yeah, no, because we put it on a PC and a Mac.
Yeah.
It's just
the file type.
Yeah,
we don't have it. So,
but it all said good stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna work to get
image.
the new images. Still post them on one of these Fitness Fridays.
So, what's your pain in the asset? What is it that you're trying to accomplish right now that seems like it's really difficult, but you know ultimately that if you are able to move forward, continue on with your goals, that you know you can put that in the bank. What's your asset?
Yeah, is it physical? Is it mental?
Mental, you know, we have really talked a lot about physical, and then sort of your mental ability to choose and say this isn't good for me. But I think the mental, really, that muscle needs to be exercised just as much as your bicep.
Yeah, it does. It's definitely your mental capacity to push through affects everything else in your life.
And I also think it's huge to find other people that are on the same journey and have somebody to do this with. You know, there's just something about having that level of accountability where whether it's, you know, Orange Theory's not cheap, but one of the reasons I like it is one, because I'm not going to waste money. Mm-hmm. There's an accountability. If you sign up for a class and then you don't go, you still have to pay an additional $12. That has made me mad multiple times. And sometimes they'll allow you to call if you're like, I got a flat tire, or, you know, I called once and I was like, I thought I was going to be, you know, in South Charlotte by 4:30, but I'm still in Motorsville. Yeah, they switched my class for me, and they understand things come up. But if you sign up for a class and just don't show up, they charge you money.
Yeah. That's great. It's great business.
The coaches are really great about asking, you know, if you're meeting your goals, how are things going? Yesterday I was complaining to Coach Sarah about how tight my quads are. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old, Sarah. I got to stretch more. So,
but think about your biggest pain in your asset, and then what you would like for that to look like, right?
Yeah, mine's a size 4 asset.
So in my mind, I would think every time that an amazing friend,
actually, I still have them sitting right here,
brings you a couple pieces of cake, you just think about your size 4. And I know that the cake is going to win most of the time, but that might mean that, okay, the cake won. Now I need to go do something else because I really do want to eat this cake, something else that's going to help get you back to that size 4.
Well, and for a couple of days, we were doing really good after dinner, cleaning the kitchen and then taking the girls for a walk, which isn't a strenuous exercise, but, you know, for me, that sort of goes to the emotional stability of the families together. We're going for a walk in the neighborhood. You know, we're seeing the squirrels and laughing about whatever, and, you know, connecting with friends, being outside. Mm-hmm. It's grounding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the quote of the day. Let's see if I can get it to where we can read it. There you go. You do it.
We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Start your habit today. And go be great. Have a wonderful Friday, and we will see you tomorrow.